14, we will wait an extra couple of seconds before we get started. So, yeah, done and dusted, workout in the bag. I'll upload that after I've performed this. I'm looking for 30 minutes maximum on here because I am tired and I want to go to bed to watch some Ric Flair promos. I've been watching a lot of Ric Flair promos when I go to bed at night because they really motivate me and they are hilarious, so you should watch them yourself if you need a kick up the derriere. Okay, so somebody's left already. Okie doke, so here we go. Okie doke, so basically as of late I have reduced the time of my training sessions and I have kind of reverted back to my initial training style when I first entered the bodyweight burpee sphere, which was 20-30 minute workouts 3-4 times a day, and it's going really well. However, I outlined a lifting segment which I was introducing into my overall regime, and over the week I've added a few little tweaks to that which I will reveal in due course, or if anybody wants to ask any questions related to that particular area within fitness, then I will gladly share with you my tweaks that I have made with regards to lifting weights and incorporating them into my burpee training program. So if anybody has any questions, i.e. the two viewers that are on right now, fire them in my direction and we will get started. Because I've got a nice bit of cheesecake waiting for me after this video, and I've got a wee protein yogurt as well. Well, William, alright, my man, good score of the day, mate. But no football chat on here, it's a football free zone. Anyway, wasn't a good score during the week though, that was depressing. So, any questions, feel free to fire them in my direction, and so that I don't hang about with this dead air. I was. So my team won today after a crushing midweek defeat. So spirits have been raised. It was quite a crap week. What's the burpee plan? The burpee plan is just to pump and above for the majority of my burpees. I've not got a structure in place. However, what I am doing is, are we chatting anything fitness? Yes, we are. Some days I will try and bust out. I'm trying to just do 20-30 minute sessions and see how many burpees I can cram in and just like kinda just going with the flow. Last night I had a wee bit of downtime. And do you ever use Grease of the Groove training? Right, okay, right, so I'll go back to the burpee question in a minute. Okay, not really. I mean, like, to be honest with you, I probably do implement it, but not intentionally. Some days I like to rack out 100 chin-ups and I'll do it in 10 sets of 10. And the first 5-6 sets are relatively easy. I don't go to failure when I do 10, so I would probably consider that greasing the groove in that respect. However, I've never done it to the letter, which is taking your max reps and halving them and doing them periodically throughout the day, particularly with chin-ups. It's not that I don't believe in it, it's just that I don't find it beneficial right now from a muscle gaining perspective. As much as I like Pavel's work, I don't think it's conducive to muscle building. It's more strength based. I'm sure a lot of people have built muscle on Pavel's programs or taken the principles of Pavel's programs. However, I don't think they are conducive to muscle building, which is high rep and going to failure. And I know that Pavel stresses that you should never go to failure, which I can understand from a strength training perspective, but from muscle building I think you need to go to failure. So back to the burpee question, like last night I was just doing burpees, had a bit of downtime, and I racked out 25 one pumps, and I just started going up to 2 pumps, 3 pumps, Navy SEALs, back down 3, back up, just having fun with it. Try to have fun with the training, because the burpees are being used as a conditioning tool, but at the same time trying to elicit a muscle building response, or just add volume by increasing the amount of pumps that I use throughout the session. I don't think that 1 pumps are going to build any muscle, they're more cardio based. However, the further you go up the pump ladder, the more chance of eliciting hypertrophy. I'm a serial workout plan skipper, 2 weeks on chop and changing. How do you stay focused on one plan? I like your last video about lifting again. Right, okay, so listen, the way to stop like sticking to it, the way to stop diverting yourself from a plan is to just get the whole ethos of the plan out of your head, and just try to break down the movements, break the exercises down into movements. For example, if you do bench press, then you can do a dumbbell press one day, you can do an incline press on the machine, you can do an incline press on the bench. As long as you're pushing and getting volume in and going to feel, you're going to elicit a muscle building response. So just look at the things as in muscle building movements. Oh, back and forth in the training, sounds like you're sorting. Right, I've missed that question out, Ivan, and I apologise, because the chat facility in this only shows it for a split second, so could you please write that again so I can catch it, because it looked like an interesting question. Right, so to go back to the last question there, just look at things in terms of movements. If you're getting a certain amount of movements in throughout the week, then you will get that response you're looking for from a muscle building perspective. Don't get caught. And this is only for people who can't stick to a plan. I'm not saying that you should never stick to a plan. I think if you can stick to a plan, it's great. It kind of gives you a focus on progressive overload. However, if you are a chopper and changer, then you should just focus on the movement patterns. A push, a pull, a vertical push, a vertical pull, legs, squatting variations, deadlifting variations. Just keep working them, because your body doesn't know, like, it only understands tension. It only feels tension throughout the body. It doesn't go, oh, that's the bench press, I'm going to get a different response. No question, just a salute to Scotland, a salute to Germany as well, mate. But I'm sure I seen you wearing a Celtic top at some point, mate, so I'm not too happy with you. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, yeah, so just focus on the movement, and then you can, like, tap into the chop and change mentality and keep yourself sane, because if there's one thing I understand, I know how stressful this game can be if you feel you're chopping and changing and so forth. Ha ha ha, there you go, mate. You think I'm daft, mate? You think I haven't buttoned up the back, as they say in Scotland? Right, so I got a question for you, Ivan, I believe there, and I'm hoping he types it back out, because it looked quite interesting. It was quite long, and I never had time to read it. So, oh right, so back to the burpee programme for Chili Bear. Yeah, so, like, I'm using the burpees as a conditioning tool. I'm just training them. I'm not looking to get any PBs. I'm not testing. I'm not testing. I'm just training. Don't test, always train. Test now and again, because that's why they do tests at the end of the year in school. We don't have you testing all the time in school, because that's too stressful. Thank you, my man. Appreciated. Anytime, mate. That's what I'm here for. Right, so I was about to mention that I had no idea you were a Rangers fan, but it's Celtic jersey. Yeah, I'm a Rangers fan, mate. So I think you should, yeah, kindly do the needful. Nah, I'm just joking, mate. Whatever. I'm not a bitter guy. Anyway, so back to the burpee question. Never answered this in its entirety. Oh, salute to Leo and Bally. He's a good defender, mate. He's a good defender. He showed us up when he came on during the week after that shocking performance. Okay, so burpees are fun. Alright, burpees are now the fun aspect of training. They're there to have fun. It's not there to beat numbers and crush numbers, because I've did that. I've did the big numbers. You're a well-seasoned professional when it comes to finding many paths to engage the dark place. Exactly, mate. It's just all about engaging the dark place, and the longer we spend time in the dark place, the more we become accustomed, the more we become attuned to the environment. Therefore, we can sustain our presence longer and experience more gains, as they say in the lifting community, or we can experience more results, because if we do not enter the darkness, we get nowhere. And that is something that's never said in the fitness community. When you're in the pain cave, find the light switch. Find the light. You'll always find the light switch eventually, mate. But don't despair if you're like looking about for the light for a long time, because the longer you're looking, the more gains you're making. But be sensible. Don't run yourself into the ground. Always leave yourself with a wee bit in the tank. Absolutely. So yeah, back to Joshua's question. Always sustain your presence in the dark place. It's something, I mean, we always get told, yeah, work hard, but working hard's not good enough. We need to understand where are we going with working hard? Where, thanks for your leadership, anytime, brother, anytime. Where are we going when we are in the dark place? What takes us to the dark place? How do we stay there longer? I always tell people to work hard, but it's too vague. We need to get right into the nuts and bolts of working hard. Want to say hi, thank you for the inspiration, my friend. Listen, Eric, I'm very humbled by that comment, as a comment before there. I never set out this game to inspire anybody or motivate anybody. It was about charting my own journey. The thing is that I to go on a tangent here. I don't believe in giving people like a program anymore when I'm in a gym. Like, I don't believe in saying, here's a program, do a program, because I believe in tapping into the mindset and showing people how hard they need to work, because I don't think any exercise is better than another, because you need to find the exercises you enjoy and you feel you're getting something from, but you need to understand how to tap into the dark place of that exercise, and you need to give people, I find that workout plans can be quite limiting. Now, I see that they're valid for like a strength training perspective when you're powerlifting and you have to taper and you have to like sort of preserve energy and work up to an RPE and so forth. But when it comes to muscle building and just getting really fit, like the average guy, like a top level athlete, their needs are different. I think that you need to understand that hard work is the key driver which will get you the results you're looking for. So you need to establish, how can I work hard? And if I had someone like a program that says, here, do 3 sets of 10, like you're placing a limiting belief on that person. Like, you're saying to that person, stop at 10 and move on. And those people can have another 10, 20 reps in them, and they're not even getting near the dark place, never mind went into the dark place. So like a wee test I like to do with people is when we get in the gym, what I'll say to them is I want you to do like this exercise, and when you want to stop, you tell me. And so they're doing the exercise and they go, oh right, I think I want to stop. I'm saying, give me 20 more reps. And you see the wee light bulb click in their head, and they start banging out more reps, and then you can start to see the discomfort becoming more apparent. And what happens at that point is they realise, I've never really worked hard in the gym. I've been selling myself short. That's what I like to promote in fitness, that ability to tap into the dark place, to engage the dark place. Programs, they're not pointless to me, but when you walk in the gym and you write programs for people, they don't use them. They go into their comfort zone. It's human nature to look for your comfort zone. That's the way we operate. That we want to be safe. In the gym, we want to be safe, and that's why most people will never get the results they crave, because they want to be safe. They're taking what they do on the outside and taking it into the gym, and it's not getting them anywhere. Pump ladders are really excellent for testing your current condition. Yeah, I know that Fitness Frosso, he keeps telling me he's doing these pump ladders, or he's doing these ladders, and he keeps telling me you need to do these, and I will get round to them at some point. Maybe I do them unintentionally, like the one I done on Saturday, but like I said, burpees are done on the fly now. I don't go in with a structure, I don't go in with a routine. A lot of people argue about that and say it needs to be structured, but it needs to be fun. For me, it needs to be fun, because if anything, the 500 burpees experiment kind of taught me that wasn't fun to me. Now, I'm not saying you should have fun while you're doing it, but there should be an element of that freestyle effect, that just kind of just going on the fly and just working, what am I going to do next? Going into it blind can be good sometimes, because it's back in the day when you used to go on a night out, the best nights out were the nights out that you never intended to go on. Like the night, the day you were doing something, you went to the pub with a guy and had a pint, and next thing you know, you went on a legendary night out you never intended. That's kind of like a bumpy workout in that respect. The bumpy workouts you go on with no plan, they're the best ones in my opinion. They're the ones you have fun because they're no stress, there's no pressure on them. Like the pressure I had when I did 2,500 burpees was insane. It was the pressure that got those burpees out of me. So, anyway, we tangent there. So what we at? We're at 15 minutes. Do you test for Busy Dad program? Did you test for Busy? No, I've never really done the Busy Dad program. I've done a couple of videos where I took the system and I implemented it when it's suited me at that time. And right now, actually, the principles of the Busy Dad program suit me. However, the Busy Dad focuses on 6 counts and Navy SEAL burpees. And that to me that's too limited for my needs at this point. I can't stick to a rigid program like that. I need to do 3 pumps, 4 pumps. Bodybuilders, I need to chop and change just to keep my brain ticking over. Plus, I also do fitness classes. I teach fitness classes as well, and a lot of these fitness classes I do are Iron Wolf cardiovascular punishment style routines. And I need to vary up I use them to get a workout myself, and I need to vary the burpees in them. So as much as I love the Busy Dad style of training and I see how it's valid, for me personally it's not conducive to what I'm looking for at this point. I can train for more than 20 minutes sometimes, and I like to get different pumps in. Okay, so where are we at time-wise? Thanks very much, Matt, for that question. I always appreciate the questions. I appreciate people tuning in as well. It's a big honour. So I'm honoured that people like to listen to what I've got to say with regards to training, fitness, burpees, nutrition. It's very humbling. So I'll wait a couple of minutes and see if there's any more questions. If not, then I'll zip off and I'll eat my protein-packed cheesecake, which has probably got a protein content of 2 grams, but they're good. It's a millionaire's cheesecake. I deserve it after that workout I just did there. I just did a workout. It was 5 Navy SEALs, 5 clean and presses, and 10 flutter kicks. Just went for 20 minutes. It was all I could do today, but I'm back in the train tomorrow, going to try and hit some free weights at some point. Just do what I can. I had a set structuring plan, but it's kind of went to pot in some respects because I don't have access to a gym, or the gym I do have access to, I can't do certain exercises, so I've had to think on the fly. So that kind of taps into the question I was asked earlier by MOGU, I think it was. Alright, I'll give it another, right, okay, so too bad you're not game for the plant-based stuff. Ever thought about it? No, I've never thought about it because it's just something that doesn't really interest me. Maybe as I get older I might start reducing certain meat consumptions, but right now I just love my meat. To me that's a potential minefield, even discussing it, because it's a belief. There's a beliefs tied in with eating, and that's one thing that I try to avoid from a nutrition aspect, particularly like veganism and stuff connected to that, because it's a minefield. Sometimes some opinions should just be kept to yourself. But if you operate well on these diets, then have at it. Go for it. Do your thing. I do not discriminate against any diet. I'm not a diet queen. I don't like get all uppity about what I eat, because I find that some people can get quite argumentative about diet stuff, nutrition, which to me is stupid, because we all eat. It's a personal choice. So But if you can do it, then more power to you. You've missed quite an interesting part, HC, which would have probably interested you. So I don't know if I'm going to upload this. I might not upload it. I don't know if I'm going to upload the lives. Hey James, I've got my watch now, Lee, so we'll be on with heart rate. We'll be interested to see how it goes. Thanks for the guidance. Good heart rate monitor if you are wanting to be specific about a certain aspect of training, particularly building aerobic base, then a heart rate monitor is key. A lot of people advocate the talk test, and I can understand that with regards to having like no stressing about that you can't do an activity because you don't have necessary equipment, like going for a run. Like, I don't have a heart rate monitor, how am I going to achieve this? With things like the talk test work, but I think with aerobic work, you need to be specific. You need to really know what your heart rate's at. So a heart rate monitor in that respect is vital, particularly a chest strap. A good one as well, because some chest straps are they can go a bit weird and so forth. They can go be a bit wrong. Alright, so I'll round this up. I'll wait another Garmin format. Yeah, I heard that Garmin's are the best, and I know a lot of people swear by Garmin's. And if I was getting a new one, and I was getting a sports watch, probably one of those ones. I see, and diet is a minefield. I do make a kilo of cheese, not cheesecake. Yeah, diet is a minefield, as I've already mentioned. People get tight. People just get uptight about diet. Like, they really do. They really do. I've got, like, I know it's no joke, but I like the seafood diet. I eat seafood and I eat it. I'm like eating a lot right now, and I'm just eating what I can, which is probably not that good an idea, but it is what it is. It's not the best diet in the world, but a lot of people who claim to have the best diets in the world, they don't. They've got dark skeletons. Do you work out fasted? Sometimes, but sometimes I don't. Like, I've always, like, when people like to tell me they work out fasted, like, I always think, like, what's the point? Like, why do you need to even declare that? Just work out. Like, it's like, I work out, but I work out with food in my belly. I work out and I'm not eating. There's guys in, like, countries that do 12-hour shifts without eating because they only eat one meal a day because they don't have access to food like we do in Scotland or other more prosperous countries. So I don't understand the whole. I do a workout when I vet. I do a workout when I'm not eating. I think that's just kind of madness. Like, here's a story, right? Here's a quick story. I read Arnold Schwarzenegger's autobiography years ago, and one thing that always stood out was when he was talking about when he used to work out in a forest with his friends. They would have weights in a forest and they would drink beer, right? And I thought, this is the guy who pretty much started a lot of this, right? This is a guy who got people into this. The guy with probably the top bodybuilding physique of all time, and he was training in a forest while drinking beer. Like, think about that for a second. Do you think they were stressing out? Do you think they were going, oh no, I've not had like a post-workout shake, oh no, that's going to like kill my gains, I'm not going to activate muscle protein synthesis. Like, that's a guy training in a forest with drinking beer and experiencing amazing gains. You need to understand that the hard work, the dark place engagement is the key to gains. It's not your nutrition, it's not your post-workout shake, it's not working out fasted. That is the gains. I work out fast because I lose a lot of fat. I don't know whether that's like a mickey, you're taking the mickey on me. I read a bit of that and I seen a smile at the end. Listen, if you can work out fasted and have a great workout, go for it. Like, do it, man. But it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It really doesn't matter. Like, nobody, it doesn't have any impact on anybody else's training regime. It's what you want to do. Very hard because I'm going to this hybrid strength thing and mixing strength with biking, swimming, maybe when the kids are a little older and I've got more time. I've got an airdyne bike which is broke right now, but if I ever get it fixed, then I might get back into my cardio. However, I will get back into running at some point, but I don't have the time. I can't stress that enough. My life is so busy with being a dad and working full time and spending time with my wife that I don't have other time to do it. Like I'm getting basic, like I'm having to train in windows of opportunity. I don't have a set structure. My life is like when you've got kids that are as young as I've got 2 toddlers, like your life's on hold, it's on hold, like everything's devoted to it, like making sure the kids are okay, bringing them up, feeding them, letting them playing with them. That's your life, and like, and that's the killer for guys who have got kids. A lot of them just stop training, and I can see why, because it's stressful. But you've got opportunities to train. You just need to find the training style. I'm having a laugh. I thought you were having a laugh, but I believe. I can see why people think that, but it's a very bro science dominated industry. People think things, and but listen, all that matters is, does it make me train hard? I know if I've got a bit of food in my belly, I can train harder. And I know if I want to put on muscle, which I'm doing right now, then I need to increase the calories, which in turn allows me to train even harder. So think about that for a second. Like, if you're training fasted, can you train harder than if you are training unfasted? Hi. Like, think about that. There's no top level athlete at the peak of their profession who's performing fasted. None. Like, a guy's not running a marathon fasted. A guy's no doing Olympic weightlifting fasted. An MMA fighter's no like fighting in the UFC fasted. None of them are fasted. So, like, think about that for a second. Fasted training, like, probably burns more. I don't know if it does. I'm sure there's people that say it does and people that say it doesn't. I don't get caught in that. But I know that people who want to perform to their peak don't train fasted. Right, anyway, listen, I've had fun. That was interesting. That was probably one of my best Q&As yet, because I set the schedule. I love junk food, so do I, mate. Who doesn't? I set a schedule, and there was a lot more interaction, which was good. So I'm going to try and make this a regular thing. I'm going to do this. Make me train harder. Of course, mate, a KFC makes everybody train harder. So I'm going to try and do this regularly. Oh God, here's this guy again, man. Up their arms. Right, cool. So I've got a troll, right? You've seen, if anybody's watching the chat, there's this troll that comes on my page, and he's a complete dick. Anyway, apparently fasting does burn more fat, but like your body or body cells. I can see why it burns fat, mate, but it's good to have a bit of fat in the body, mate. Anyway, listen guys, I need to go. I've got a bit of cheesecake waiting for me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Bye.